Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
A University of North Dakota police officer is cleared of any wrongdoing for shooting a man several times after a high-speed chase. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. The man who was shot is Grand Forks man David Elliott, and he's still recovering from his wounds in Minneapolis. But he's now facing charges. Elliott has been charged with 3 counts of reckless endangerment and fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson has some new details on this case.
David Elliott of Grand Forks was shot as many as 6 times in the parking lot of All True Hospital in February after failing to stop at a stop sign and leading officers on 2 separate high-speed chases. Earlier, authorities said Elliott was shot by UND police officer Jared Broughton right after he rammed a sheriff's deputy vehicle in the All True parking lot. Prosecutor David Jones declined an on-camera interview to elaborate exactly why that UND police officer was cleared of any wrongdoing. Jones also says no evidence in the case will be released yet because the man who was shot, David Elliott, still faces charges. And while Jones says he can't talk about an ongoing investigation, court documents filed today say one officer was reaching inside Elliott's truck to grab his keys when Elliott accelerated his truck into the deputy's truck.
It appears that Officer Broughton was in fear for other officers' life in the vicinity.
Of being struck by the vehicle?
Correct.
UND police officer Jared Broughton is back at work in the office, but not back on the street yet. He still faces the outcome of an internal investigation by UND police.
Officer Broughton is still, at this time, on administrative duties here within the University Police Department, and he will continue to work those until the internal investigation has been completed.
Meanwhile, the man who was shot, David Elliott, will soon be brought back here to face criminal charges. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
If convicted, Elliott faces a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison on each count of reckless endangerment and the possibility of 1 year for fleeing. We are having a beautiful spring day out there with lots of sunshine. Look at that. Even though it is a little chilly, it's not too bad. Let's see if we're going to warm up at all with what's going on tonight. Hutch?
Well, if you're out and about, that breezy condition that we've had throughout the day will continue. Northwest winds kind of making it feel pretty brisk outside. And a look at a beautiful sunrise this morning. Notice, though, the smokestacks across the FM area leaning over pretty good in those winds. So it's been a busy and blustery day, and as we head into the evening, it will remain the same. We have had a few flurries flying through the valley and Grand Forks area and northeast North Dakota, mainly to the west of the Red River, seeing some light snow. Fargo's planner, temperatures this evening in the low 30s, wind chills will be in the 20s, so you'll need that jacket if you're heading out for any Thursday evening activities. Then if you are out late past dark, we'll drop into the 20s. It looks like chilly overnight here in the valley and a little warmer weather to talk about. I'll have all those fun details to talk about in a few moments.
We can handle the chill if it comes with some warmth later.
Yes, yeah, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Good. All right, thank you, Hutch. And don't forget to get the Valley News Live news and weather text alerts right to your phone. You can get the latest weather and breaking news updates anytime to your mobile device. Just head to valleynewslive.com to sign up. Well, it's that time of year where people are enjoying the outdoors and their outdoor patios, and firefighters are urging people be very careful when grilling or smoking because an improperly discarded cigarette is what caused this fire. It was at an apartment. Now, flames were visible in a 3rd floor deck at the Prairiewood Estates on 16th Avenue South. The fire was confined to the deck and damage was visible to the railing. The battalion chief says quick thinking by the residents there were able to dump water on that fire as crews were arriving. The fire caused about $1,000 worth in damages. Luckily, no one was injured. Die-hard UND hockey fans proved that they are dedicated to the game and dedicated to the team. Today it paid off. More than 180 tickets sold out immediately this morning for the NCAA West Regional Hockey Tournament that's coming up this weekend. A lot of people camped out outside Shields Arena in South Fargo last night to be the first in line to snag those extra tickets that went on sale this morning. The additional 143 tournament packages and 40 championship game-only tickets were available at 9 a.m. and a lot of people were turned away. The tournament starts tomorrow at 3 and UND plays tomorrow night at 7. Thousands of parents and kids will be heading to the El Zagel Shrine Circus this weekend. The circus is finishing its performances in Detroit Lakes this evening before making its way to Fargo. Families have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to catch the show, including elephants, tigers, and tightrope cats. The annual event is to help raise money for the El Zagel Shriners, who help kids with medical needs.
The Shrine mission is to raise awareness for the Children's Hospital in Minneapolis for orthopedic injuries. So the circus, the proceeds for the circus help us operate to promote awareness of the Shrine and what our mission is.
General admission tickets the day of the show are $14. A cafe on NDSU's campus is called 800 for a good reason. All of the meals at the 800 Cafe are 800 calories or less. The cafe is run by students as part of a dietetics class, but it's not just about lettuce, carrots, and broccoli, the stuff that you might think are low calorie and you don't want to eat. Today's theme is Mediterranean, including warm pita bread, triangles with roasted red pepper hummus. You can also get a portobello and kale grilled sandwich, salad, and Greek honey puffs for dessert.
We have different roles and we split up and we rotate what roles are done, like such as head cook, hostess, manager, and all the other areas of food service. And then we have to meet certain guidelines as far as calories go and fat and sodium and all of that to make a healthful meal.
Well, if you're interested, the same menu is on tap for tomorrow. Well, a similar concept at Davies High that's proved to be a very popular lunch destination is threatened to be shut down. School officials say the student-run Cafe The Nest isn't following federal lunch nutrition guidelines. A student blew the whistle, refusing to give up. Well, coming up on Valley News Live at 6, we'll tell you what change needs to be done in order for the cafe to operate and the strong words that Fargo's superintendent has about these regulations. Now, if you ever need help uncovering any issue in your community, call us. Our whistleblower hotline is available 24/7. Just call 701-237-6576. Leave your tip with us, and a member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work exposing the truth. Traffic will be slow moving today in parts of downtown Fargo. 2nd Avenue North, that's going to be closed from 5th Street to the alley east of Broadway. The closures so a truck crane can use to perform some maintenance there on a building. It will be closed for the entire day. The reward for information about the disappearance of a missing 10-year-old boy is now up to $12,000. Barway Collins was last seen a week ago at his apartment in Crystal, Minnesota. Today, volunteers plan to canvass Barway's neighborhood and nearby cities. They'll hand out flyers, hoping that someone may know something. Police named Barway's father, Pierre, a suspect in this case. And yesterday, police said he failed a lie detector test. However, Pierre maintained his innocence today and said that he is working with police. Today, the State Department identified Robert Oliver as the third American killed in the crash of the Germanwings Flight 9525 in the French Alps. His father spoke about his son today in Barcelona. In the midst of his grief, his father says he's trying to focus on the happy, wonderful years of his son's life. Oliver said he and his wife preferred not to travel to the crash site. Oliver said that his faith teaches that him and his son will again be reunited.
All fathers and mothers, families who've lost a loved one, such a son, a daughter, a loved one to death, I'd encourage them to not focus on those last 10 minutes, the final crash. Well, I'd like to encourage them to think about the wonderful years that they have enjoyed life together.
His son leaves behind a wife and 2 children. The 2 other Americans believed to be on the plane were identified on Wednesday as Yvonne Selke and her daughter Emily from Virginia. There could be a millionaire among us and we don't even know it, and they might not either. If you've purchased a lottery ticket, check your numbers right away. The Minnesota Lottery says a winning Powerball ticket purchased on March 26, 2014 has still not been claimed. Players have 1 year from the drawing date to claim prizes. If it's not claimed, it's going to expire. The winning numbers for the Powerball are on the screen: 28, 33, 41, 44, 59, and then the Powerball number is 21. The winning ticket's worth $1 million, and it was purchased in Hennepin County. All unclaimed winnings go into a Minnesota general fund. Still ahead tonight, there's literally an app for everything, even for cutting down that line when you pick up your kid after school. We'll tell you about it.
Wind, clouds, and flurries as we get ready to close off a very cool week. The weekend promises to warm us up a little bit. I'll have details in your forecast coming up next.